Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here for Popternative, speaking to Robin Maurice about season 2 of Animaniacs dropping on Hulu November 5th. Thank you both for your time.
Oh man, are you kidding?
For having us, yes. When we take over the world, PT Beats shall be spared. Yeah.
Yes.
Love that. You guys, I'm sure you've seen the meme or the GIF when it says "Name a better duo, I wait." I feel like Pinky and the Brain are the poster. It's the poster for that, right? I don't think there's a competition, right?
Thank you. Well, listen, that is so great to hear. And at the risk of sounding a little self-aggrandizing, I don't think you're too far off the mark. I think Pinky and the Brain, certainly, if they don't, I mean, we stand on our own as our own separate entity, but I do believe now we've reached a certain point at which you kind of go, yeah, Pinky and the Brain, Abbott and Costello, Sacco and Vanzetti, you know.
Iconic. It's iconic.
Yeah.
It's iconic. And Maurice, it's interesting because, both of you have voiced like some of the best cartoon characters of all time. It's unbelievable body of work.
you.
Because of social media, there's no shelf life for a lot of the things that you've done, even in the past. Have you thought about that, Maurice, at all? Because it is very interesting to see that Pinky and the Brain, a lot of other things you've done, they're not really going anywhere. They're always going to resurface, Maurice.
I think that the most important thing is, yes, you've hit the nail on the head. There's no expiration date on animated comedy, especially when your characters are naked. So there's no there's no fashions. There's no fashion. You look at episodes of Friends now, and you go, God, that suit just looks like a potato sack that Matthew Perry is wearing. And and at the time, though, was some of the night. It was the fashion. But Pinky and the Brain, we're wearing our
Fur,
eternal fur suits, and so yeah, you can watch. You'll be able to watch this show in 2098.
Yeah.
Go, that's funny.
Absolutely. Rob, what can we expect with season 2 of the Animaniacs on Hulu?
we're going to expect some killer music, which has, I think, become one of the hallmarks of Animaniacs.
Yep.
Thank you to Tom Ruegger and Steven Spielberg and Gene McCurdy for giving us the glorious option of being able to do music for every half hour in the great tradition of Carl Stalling and Milt Franklin and Looney Tunes. I don't think it's a surprise now that the music of Animaniacs has become its own thing, and people flip out, especially over Randy Rogel's lyrics.
Yep.
So we have Randy's back writing songs for the show. We have people from other parts of the world literally writing songs that inspired them, or rather they're writing songs that were inspired by Randy Rogel and Stephen Julie Bernstein and Richard Stone. So we're going to be lampooning all the cows that appear to be sacred, but not in our world. And then the obligatory music that goes along with it. And boy, am I glad I'm glad we're obliged to do that music, because it just makes me so happy.
Oh, absolutely. What are you hoping, Maurice, they get out of it takeaway wise? It's amazing music, but Animaniacs has always been fast paced and fun. Is it safe to say that's what we're going to expect with season 2?
Oh, absolutely. They try to keep me as far away from the music as possible.
Not at all.
Don't let LaMarche near the music.
No, not
got a 10 here for crying out loud. Got to auto-tune the heck out of him. But the humor is both topical and timeless. And you've got that drive for Brain and Pinky being his codependent helper who wants just to help him get what he wants. It's taking over the world, but for anybody watching the show, it's whatever their ambition is. Mm-hmm. And that's timeless. We're all trying to take over a world of our own, and even if it's, whatever your gig is. So, and we all at times feel thwarted. And so Brain, I think, speaks to that experience that almost everybody has. And yet the stick-to-itiveness, the idea that at the end of the day, you go back to the lab and plan for tomorrow night.
What, Brad? What are we going to do tomorrow night?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Nothing gets him down. And even though his his ambitions are a tad nefarious, his motivation and his determination is, I hope, inspirational to some people.
Oh, absolutely. And I wanted to
the
say,
brass ring.
before we wrap up quickly, I mean, I grew up with Pinky and the Brain, Animaniacs, and everything. Times are tough with a lot going on, and you guys provided escape, and you've done other bodies of work as well that are amazing. I just want to say thank you for
Bless you.
for doing that and providing an escape and doing legendary voices. I really, really means a lot to a lot of people. So I just want to say thank you.
That's what it's all for. We were actors back in the 1990s, just, going, I got to pay the mortgage. Here's a new show. Fantastic. But in the 20 years where we've done Comic-Cons, statements like yours have let us know that it was for a greater purpose, to bring relief and to bring happiness to people. And we're so thrilled to have been, brought on that journey and know that it means so much to you.
You will, honestly, what you just said, Petey, you will never know what that means to Mo and me.
Yeah,
you
really.
truly never know.
Yep.
We have learned.
What's the truth?
Well, thank you. And I believe you. You're very sincere. And in my dotage, one of the great gifts that my aging has bestowed upon me is to understand that when you're lucky enough to be in the happy business, that if you're fortunate to work on things with people who are your dear brothers like Maurice and Tress and Jess, and then you've long spent the money you were paid to do this gig. But it turns out that these shows are about way more than Rob Paulsen's paycheck. And
absolutely.
Thank you, Petey. Honest to God, you don't know what that means to us. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you both for your time. November 5th, Animaniacs Season 2 on Hulu. Maurice, Rob, thank you very much for your time.
Tune in and have your world taken over.
Yes, Nerve.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.